Welcome back to DVC Weekly. This is episode 131. My name is Jason Rippleting. I'm the broker of Buy and Sell DVC. I'm here with Scott Ferraioli.
I'm the owner of DVC-Rental.com and BuyandSellDVC.com.
And today is August 9th, 2023. And to let you know, Orange County schools begin tomorrow. So the parks may be a little less crowded.
Definitely.
So, and then the 11th month from today is July 9th, and 7 months from today is March 9th. So if you're a big July 4th person like Scott is, then make sure you've got those reservations secure. And we're going to start with the buy and sell side of things. And really, this is just off the cuff. We're going to have fun. We're going to keep this short and sweet because some of these episodes have been going too long. You know, we can't get up to the Joe Rogan 3-hour long episodes here. We got to keep them nice and short. So we're just gonna have a little fun today. And this is a question. It's a matter of opinion. So again, my opinion could be wrong, but we're naming. So you're coming to Walt Disney World. So we're excluding Alani, Grand California, and Vero Beach, Hilton. Favorite Disney Vacation Club resort if you have kids under 10. So for me, I'm going Bay Lake Tower. Again, just name like one or two resorts. I'm going Bay Lake Tower because you're going to go to Magic Kingdom, and really, if I would just go to Magic Kingdom for like 3 straight days, walk across the street, walk back, and get the naps in for the kids. If the adults need a nap, I would say that's number one resort. If I had to pick 2, I'm picking Animal Kingdom because I get to see the animals, you get to see the giraffes. What are your choices going to be?
I'm looking at this for the first time now. I didn't realize this. So I'm going, all right, for the first one, I may go with Polynesian. Just because
that's a good one.
Very, very nice pool, great theming, easy access to the park. Under 10, a lot of time you just probably be spent at Magic Kingdom. So having easy access to the parks, like a Bay Lake Tower or Polynesian, I think is a great choice. I was picturing Animal Kingdom as well. I was like, maybe the next one, you said the kids 10 to 15. I said, maybe I put the Animal Kingdom in there, but I think Animal Kingdom goes great for under 10 as well. Yeah, I'm gonna just say Polynesian, and I'm cheating with you, Animal Kingdom.
And now we're going to favorite resorts if you have kids ages 10 to 15. Now I'm throwing in Polynesian, kids 10 to 15, because again, I love the pool there. And then I'm also gonna throw in.
I got mine. Go ahead.
Right? Okay, you go next.
I'm doing Beach Club for that one.
Oh,
because again, great access to Epcot, and also wonderful pool for the kids. Again,
and the ice cream.
And ice cream, no gelato, but ice cream. So I think that's a really good resort for 10 to 15. Again, this is off the cuff here. These are all Disney resorts. Any resort could fit into this, truthfully. I'm just trying to picture the family.
It's just a fun game, Scott.
Yes.
It's just fun.
I still want to lose.
I'm picking Polynesian. I'm taking your Beach Club. That's a great one for 10 to 15. Because I forgot about the ice cream.
Yeah.
Wait, what did you name 2? You said Beach Club and...
I did one, but I may want to save that one for the next one.
So the next one is resorts if you have kids 15 to 20.
I've got my 2, and they're probably very similar to your 2.
You go first then.
First one, I'll say Saratoga Springs.
Okay, that's what I'm going with because the kids are going to want to walk over there.
There's, especially if you've got older kids, we'll say, 15 is probably okay because my 15-year-old would absolutely do that now. We dropped him off. He had a ton of fun with his friends the other day. They went to Hollywood Studios, and then they went back to Riviera because he had a friend who was staying at Riviera, and they went all together. But right by Disney Springs, where you've got all the dining and the activity and the shopping. So
movie theater, bowling.
There's so much to do over at Disney Springs. So if you've got some teenagers, especially say you're going with a group of people, and there's a couple teenagers, or people who are local where you can all kind of go and meet. Having access to Disney Springs is absolutely wonderful. So I think that's a great, maybe your 18-year-old doesn't want to walk over by himself, but if you've got a couple people, having easy access to Disney Springs is wonderful.
What was your second choice?
My second choice was going to be Boardwalk. Because there's a lot of activity at Boardwalk, like especially at night. You've got shopping, you've got the entertainment outside, you've got dining, you've got ice cream shops, you've got sweet shops, you're on the water, great restaurants as well. So I figured if you've got people older, or a lot of times, say you've got 20-year-olds and you want to, you're old, you need to go back and ice your hip and your knees, you can go back to the room, and your 20-year-old goes on to the boardwalk and walks along on the water, listening to the music, having some fun. If they're old, if they're over 21, maybe they get a drink there, but tons of food. Not under 21, folks, but over 21, from we'll say 15 to 20, they can sit there and they can stop, and there's a funnel cake cart and burgers, and there's so much stuff going on. That's one of the reasons I love Boardwalk, is that places like Animal Kingdom, you go back to Animal Kingdom at night, it's super quiet and mellow and relaxing, but there's not a lot of stuff to do. So it's good for little kids. But if you've got teenagers who are kind of, or a 20-year-old who's like, it's 9 p.m., I'm not ready to to go down. I'm going to be up till 1 o'clock in the morning. Boardwalk has a lot of stuff you can still go out and do. And same with Disney Springs, tons of stuff to do. Whereas Animal Kingdom, it's dead. As of 9 o'clock at night, it is dead at Animal Kingdom.
Plus, I was going to pick Saratoga. And then I would say this, I didn't write this down, so I don't, but I'm taking Boardwalk as well. Because, you're right.
Good
Boardwalk,
choice.
get the Surrey bike, they can walk around. If they want to walk around and get more ice cream at the Beach Club, they can do that.
You've got, the art gallery there. You've got the great screen door, big shop. I mean, Big River Grill restaurant, if you just grab a burger. There's so much stuff going on at Boardwalk.
You might see Steven Tyler walking around.
You might see Steven Tyler walking around. Again, magicians and entertainers. And there's so much stuff to do. And
other teenagers.
I mean, if you sat there and said, think about this. Picture you and I. If you sat there and said, okay, you're taking away our wallets, where would you walk around on Disney property? You go Disney Springs or Boardwalk. There's just a lot of stuff going on that you don't have to pay for. Entertainment and there's stuff going on for performances at Disney Springs and at Boardwalk. There's a lot of stuff going on where you go, it doesn't cost any money. Your kid doesn't have your credit card. Don't worry. He can walk outside and there's stuff to do.
So the next one is favorite resort if you're an empty nester.
Probably going the same one with this one. I pictured the same thing.
Saratoga and Boardwalk?
Oh, no.
Oh.
Those are great choices
you're
as
saying
well.
we're going to pick the same thing.
I was thinking we're going to pick the same one. This one. I know where a lot of empty nesters typically go.
Oh, I don't know the answer to this.
Old Key West.
Oh, they do?
Old Key West trends a little bit on the older side.
Oh, really? I didn't know
Bigger
this.
rooms, Jimmy Buffett.
Because they're golfers too?
They got golf going on. I think a lot of it also is that a lot of the original owners of DVC stayed just at Old Key West. That's become their home. And, they bought 20-something years ago, and they're 20-something years older. So it does trend on the older side. So I pictured an empty nester. I mean, again, there's no wrong answer to any of this stuff. I picture an empty nester saying, you know what, I just want to go somewhere relaxing where they've got, I could go to the Gurgling Suitcase to get myself a drink, have a big room, maybe I'll play a round of golf, sit there, relax. Olivia's restaurant, super low key, mellow. It's just, it's a very, very low key, mellow.
I think I would pick Kidani Village. Because I want to, but I want to park underneath my villa.
Yes.
I don't want to take a long walk in the hallways.
That's good for Old Key West, though, as well, is that you can park right outside the resort. But again, not every building has elevators. So, just...
I like the pool at Kidani Village.
Kidani is a very good pool.
Relax and enjoy the animals and figure out which one's which with their chart.
There is nothing wrong with that pick. That's a great pick.
And my other resort, it's probably going to be a little southeast called Vero Beach, but that's...
I knew he'd get it in there. We're not going to do Hilton Head, Vero Beach, Grand California, and Alani. Okay, perfect. I'd go to Vero Beach. The rules mean nothing to this man. He throws them all away.
But, I have to mention Vero Beach again. Because it is amazing that it doesn't get... Again, which is good because I need to get availability and stuff.
You're ruining this for all of us. You have mentioned it so much that the tens of people watching this are now going to book rooms there.
But it's amazing though. Like, let's say my wife's from Columbus. Let's say we live in Columbus, Ohio. You want to go to the family says, okay, let's go to Disney World. So let's say your kids are 5 and 3. Well, you could fly into Orlando, rent a car, stay at Bay Lake Tower, stay there 3 nights, go to Magic Kingdom every day, take the car, go to Vero Beach, stay there 3 nights, take the car back to OIA, MCO, whatever you want to call it, and then go back to Columbus. It'd be like a great trip. But of course, that doesn't get any love, talk, traction.
And I agree. Vero Beach after a Disney World trip is a great option because you're going to be walking a ton. They say, you need a vacation after your vacation when you go to Disney World.
Especially if you have kids like 5 and 3. It's like they can't do 7 nights at Disney World.
Picture walking around constantly in the heat and all the stress and everything of the parks. And then you just hop in your car and you drive an hour and 45 minutes and you're at Vero Beach and now you're just laying by a pool or laying by the ocean with nothing to do for 3 days and just mellow out. It's a great way to end your trip. And as you mentioned, you barely ever see it mentioned online. Most people don't even know Vero Beach exists.
They don't even know that they don't even know a Disney resort is there. They don't know it exists,
which is good for us.
Yes. And I mean, the point of this little fun activity was just to show how flexible DVC is.
Yeah.
I mean, you can, like, some people do, they go into a deep dive into which resort they want to buy. Because, they like, everyone's like, buy where you want to stay if you make a reservation. So, like, these people, but there's some people that are just so relaxed. They're just like, I'm just going to buy Saratoga and I'm going to go where I want. And then, they're just kind of like going where their needs take them at that time.
Yeah.
And that's the nice thing about DVC is your needs may take you to vacation this time of year at this resort, at this, it's so flexible.
We didn't mention Wilderness Lodge at all. Copper Creek, Boulder Ridge, beautiful resort, especially wonderful around Christmas time. I was picturing that'd be great. Empty nester. I'm like, you sit there, you go in the lobby.
Empty nester, Copper Creek.
Yes. Sit in front of the fireplace and the rockers that they have there. And it's all wilderness themed, Pacific Northwest themed, carved woods. It's like Grand Floridian we didn't even mention, which is the Disney's flagship resort, which is another amazing resort. It's not that we're not picking on any of these. That Riviera wasn't mentioned, another fantastic resort. It's just that there are so many different options and there's so many different tastes, and you really can't go wrong.
You can't. I mean, again, I hate,
they have gelato at Riviera.
Oh,
it's not real Italian gelato though. It's not that when you get in Rome.
I get gelato at. Have you ever been to a place called Italy? Eataly in New York. I don't even know if Italy is around.
No, New York.
Yeah.
No.
So New York in the back, they have some steak sandwich that I love, and then they sell gelato too.
New York in the back.
Yeah. I mean, Italy
is in,
when you walk in Italy in New
Manhattan.
York, in Manhattan, and then you go in the back, and then they have some steak sandwich that I love, and then at the front they have the gelato.
Oh.
In the back and front.
I've never been there. That sounds interesting. Again,
Italy. Again,
so for those who've been watching the past couple of weeks, the European trip and the gelato was every day was gelato. My 12-year-old 3 times a day was asking for gelato, but it was absolutely wonderful. So yeah, that's the gelato comments, and I miss the gelato.
And so now, again, DVC very flexible.
I mean, I didn't even do my food of the week yet. No. I totally forgot that we did this for so long. I haven't even done my food of the review. Ooh. All right, you know what, Ty, roll the thing for the food review.
Come here, I'm gonna eat you! Get in my belly!
Okay, so I went back to Gideon's for the first time in well over a year with the Malik family. So this was the day that we went to Art Smith's, did the hummingbird cake, and then he was like, hey, why don't we go wait in line for Gideon's? Apparently Gideon's no longer has, you used to have to go sign in into like an iPad, and they'll call you back in 3 hours. They've gotten rid of that. You literally just go in line now.
Wait, did you guys go to Gatorland too, or no?
No, they happened to go to Gatorland that day. They didn't mention it to us. They left us behind. So thanks a lot, Mr. Malik. I would like to go. They're planning on going to Gatorland for the Halloween thing that Gatorland does. I told them, hey, you better take me to that. I want to go. But so went here and okay.
Sorry, I got you off track.
No, it's all good. So this is late though, unfortunately, because this was Gideon's cookie for June. Every month they have like a special cookie and a special cake, I think a special drink as well. This was the sea turtle. Chocolate chips, homemade caramel, whole candy pecans sprinkled with signature sea salt. And what's cool is that a portion of the sales support the Florida Sea Turtle Conservancy. And with all of Gideon's cookies, they're completely loaded with chips, whole pecans, tons of caramel. And for $6 a cookie, at least you feel like you're getting something substantial. They're supposed to be like about a half pound each. So it feels like it's a good value for the money. This was definitely a good cookie. With all of Gideon's cookies, I find the insides very doughy. And I realized over the last year and a half or so, I definitely prefer crumble cookies, which I featured in the past. This was still a very good cookie. I give it a 7.5.
Is Crumble close to your house too?
Crumble is it should be in Lake Buena Vista? Is it still in Lake Buena Vista? He says out loud.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it is still in Lake Buena Vista. So it's probably a 15-minute drive from me here. So actually, yeah, Crumble will actually be a little faster than getting to Gideon's. It's about 15 minutes to Crumble, 15 minutes to Disney Springs, but then I got to park at Disney Springs and go through security and walk there. So Crumble's actually closer. But no, this was still a very good cookie. But again, super, super loaded. I mean, you saw the picture. It's like big domed, got whole pecans on it, big chips. So expensive for a cookie, but at least you feel like you get something good out of it. So
That's
solid
good.
cookie.
So if you were going to invest, so if you could only pick one or the other, would it be Crumble or Gideon's? Crumble, right?
Yeah, Crumble I like because they have a bunch of different choices and they switch every single week. Every week they've got like 4 new flavors of cookies.
I mean, I've only had Crumble probably like 5. I mean, Crumble's, they're just amazing.
Yeah, Crumble's very good. I was doing Crumble. I did a couple of Crumble reviews, and one of the EdCot guys who you've met before, a guy named Tyler Lee, was saying, I was doing Gideon's. He's like, I like Crumble better. And I was like, no, I've eaten Crumble like once or twice. Like Gideon's is definitely better. And then in the group with the WW review and all them, every week they'd sit there, oh, look what I got. And for probably 3 months, people were just posting pictures of the Crumble cookies. And they switched them every week. So you're like, oh, that's a new flavor. Oh, I got to try that. And unfortunately, I kept trying them. And like almost every week, I was trying the Crumble cookies. And that's what helped with some of the weight gain. But I was like, man, they're always solid. They're always really,
I think
really
they had
good.
one with Nutella in it too, or something.
Yes, they have ones with Nutella in them. They have the frosting on them is typically ridiculous. Like it's so good, the Crumble cookies, and they're a little less expensive than the Gideon's. So they're not as big. The Gideon's
Crumble needs to start like a DVC program where we buy X amount of cookies a year, and then you get those.
That would be a good idea. So that's it for the cookie talk. So Gideon's very good, 7.5. Again, this one's gone. I didn't go in July, so I don't know what July's cookie of the month was, and odds are I'm not going to be going in August either. I try not to eat this too often, but it was a very good cookie. I enjoyed it.
And now we're about to have another guest. That's not Ashley.
Another guest, another employee from our company. This is going to be Shannon.
And the last name is?
Be Shannon Ferraioli. CFO of the company. He helps out with everything.
So now we are joined by Shannon.
Yes.
And Shannon comes to us. Wait, what am I saying? Let's scratch that.
I hail all the way from my kitchen.
He comes to us from Greece.
Italy. No. Make me laugh. Now I'm going to be red. Damn it. Nope, now I'm all red. I had it under control.
It's my fault.
Okay. Whatever.
Shannon has joined us here today to help on the DVC-Rental side of things. So Shannon, how many years have you been vacationing at Walt Disney World? Or when was the first time, would you say, you vacationed at Walt Disney World?
Well, my family used to come to Florida almost every year because I had family that lived here. So my first trip, I think I was 3, and then we came again for my 8th birthday, my 14th birthday.
Wow.
And then Scott and I came down in 1999. And then we've been vacationing consistently since 1999.
Nice. And again, so Scott is your husband, and then you have two sons that are 15 and 12?
Yep, my younger son just turned 13 yesterday.
Oh, fantastic.
Yes.
And what would you say is your favorite Disney vacation club resort right now? I understand it may change all the time, or maybe it's always been the same.
My favorite is Boardwalk.
Okay.
Yeah, our family really has enjoyed going to Boardwalk a lot over the years. When the boys were real little, we took them there. They really enjoyed the entertainment on the Boardwalk. The dining has changed a lot over the years, but we still really like to go there. We like the short walk to Epcot, boat ride to Hollywood Studios.
And if you were giving advice out there to people, because there's a lot of people that maybe this coming to Disney is their one and done type thing, and they're worried about if they're doing enough or how they should plan. So if you were going to give tips, or maybe one tip out there for people planning, what would you advise them? Like, do they plan too much, too little?
I definitely think that there's a sweet spot in the middle. Disney has a lot of things right now that can assist with planning. So if you're a planner and you want to have everything scheduled throughout the day, My Disney Experience has a lot of different tips and things that you can utilize. You don't necessarily need the Genie Plus to schedule the fast passes, or I guess lightning lanes now, showing my age. But they also have tips, and they tell you, this time slot, here's the wait time, here's what we recommend that you go to now. We never were big on booking dining reservations. So it depends on what your family wants to do. If your families are big eaters, then certainly one maybe sit-down meal a day is good. We always hit up quick service, or we would eat off-site. I think it really just depends on knowing what your family needs. So we used to go home every day in the afternoon. Not home, but back to the resort, take a nap, go in the pool, whatever our children needed to reboot. So it's just knowing what your family can take. Depending on the time of year, if it's the summertime, bring fans, cooling towels, make sure you're dressing appropriately. If it's maybe January or November, make sure you have a hooded sweatshirt, maybe one pair of pants, because the weather in Florida can change drastically depending on the time of year. If it's the summertime, have umbrellas, ponchos. Just be prepared for the weather, I think, is the most important thing that people complain about in Florida.
And then, not only do you have a lot of Disney experience, vacations, a lot of Disney knowledge, but you also, partake in the different, like Universal Studios, SeaWorld, maybe even Gatorland once or twice.
Yes.
So, that's another thing that people sometimes, they get caught up in saying, we're going to Orlando, we're going to Disney. Right. But you can also, if you want to do, because I feel like Universal has more extreme roller coasters, I want to say. So
yeah, Universal is a good choice if you have older children. We took our kids there when we first moved here. We had annual passes. Tyler was maybe 6 or 7 at the time, and he couldn't really do a lot of the rides. I remember when he actually grew tall enough to go on the Hulk, that was actually a huge celebration in our family, because he had been dying to go on that ride for years of watching his older brother go on it. So I think Universal is great if you have older, taller children, if you don't have anyone that's prone to motion sickness, because they have a lot of the 3D, 4D style rides. SeaWorld was really great when my kids were younger. They have larger roller coasters, which we have never actually done any of them, because we stopped taking the kids there before they were tall enough to go on them. But they really enjoyed all of the animal shows, and that was a big thing for them. My older son loves sea creatures, so we took them there a lot. We have been to Gatorland. They did really enjoy that. So if you have kids that are outdoorsy, they like animals, they have sea turtles. We just found out they have capybaras there, which is a big thing. Apparently teenagers love capybaras now. I had no idea. My older son really wants to go do a greet with the capybaras, so we're going to plan that soon.
And so, based on that, you can see that Orlando, it can't be crammed into one vacation. This is why people come back I mean, you have people that have rented from you, you know, every year for many years.
Yes.
And really, you know, your role in the company is kind of a bit of everything, kind of,
Yes.
you know, making sure everything runs smoothly and all those things. So, you know, it was great that you joined us here today. I don't know if there's anything else you want to add, or
Nope.
you know, just continue to help DVC-Rental and buy and sell DVC. People rent their points, rent out their points, buy and sell their properties, and
Absolutely.
hopefully we'll see you back here again.
Sounds great.
All right. Thanks so much.